Satsangatve nissangatvam nissangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivan mukti. Satsangatve nissangatvam nissangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivan mukti. Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudamate Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrun Karane.
So to begin with, the pursuit has to be by taking to satsanga, company of the wise people who live in accordance with Shastra, who know for certain the goal of human existence. Human life is not meant for sense enjoyments. You can have more intense degree of sense enjoyment in other embodiments, in certain cases, compared to human embodiment. For example, there is a glutton. How much he can eat? But if a buffalo or an elephant, how much it can eat? So like that, certain embodiments have got certain special features. The special feature of human embodiment is buddhi, sara viveka. What is good, what is not good, what is transitory, what is everlasting. This discrimination is possible only for human being, provided he makes use of it. Shastra's guide. And sadhu people, Those who follow Shastra, by their very life, they are demonstrating it. And therefore, their company induces others also to follow them. If they do it in course of time, they imbibe the true values of life, whereby step by step they can tune their mind to discover what is one's true nature. What Shastra says as Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Bhagavat Swarupa, the true I in all. Don't think God principle something is there beyond the heavens. That I in all of us, if ascertained correctly, by rectifying the basic defect of taking the embodiment as I, that I has to be Chit, Chaitanya, pure conscious principle, that alone is God principle, that alone is a divinity principle, that alone is Atma Tattva, Brahma Tattva, Bhagavat Tattva. Who doesn't have it? Even an atheist does admit I am, that I is the divinity principle. He is not ready to inquire also properly. So this, that capacity to inquire into and discover this, one gets slowly in the company of sadhu people, wherein the wrong values of life get changed for the right values. Thereby, mind is no more preoccupied with the sense objects. It falls back unto itself and tries to discover what I am in reality. So there you have what happens. First, satsanga gives rise to nissanga. Yourself declutching, separating from your erroneous identification, erroneous preoccupation in the Vishaya sense object. To do that, that nissanga, that sanga, raga, preeti, love, anchoring from Vishaya sense object. If you get rid of that, nisangatvam, you become the one who is not anymore interested in them. And once you get that, thereby it leads you to nirmohatva, absence of viveka. What is good, what is bad, what is transitory, what is everlasting. You don't bother about the transitory thing. You always seek the everlasting entity. It can be your true I only. It can be Atma Tattva only. It can be Chit and Chaitanya alone. That is surface Bhagavat Tattva. Of course, may not be in this class. The other point you've seen that this Chit Chaitanya I is something which all may not be able to grasp directly. For such people, Shastra gives a secondary step, that is the same principle dawning name and form like Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Ganesha, Skanda, Hiranyagarbha, Virat, whereby by adoration of these names and forms which are easy to take to, they tune up their mind, and that mind enables them to inquire into what I am in reality. That is what nirmohatva, freedom from aviveka. Thereby, the person takes to atma vichara, because the entire problem of samsara is on account of lack of atma vichara, lack of inquiry into what I am in reality, lack of inquiry into what exactly is the reality of the world, lack of inquiry as to what exactly the nature of Ishvara, Parameshwara, the so-called God principle. Those who say we have no faith in God, we don't believe in God, you first ask them, well and good, you deny God, is it not? But while denying, you have certainly a concept of God which are denying. Please come out with that. If at all they are able to come out, you'll find it has nothing to do with the God principle. They have conceived, imagined something as God principle, and they denying it. Who told you that is God principle? That shows you are not ready to inquire. Without inquiry, without trying to find out what exactly is meant by God principle in the Shastra, discarding it, denying it, foolishness. That shows your unscientific approach. A scientific approach is what? Observe, analyze, and then find out. Or you are not ready to find out, observe, etc. What right you have got to deny God principle? So therefore, that nirmohatva, freedom from such aviveka, is possible by nissanga, and nissanga is possible by satsanga. And when this viveka dawns, in course, that inquiry does lead to nischala tattva, ascertainment of the ultimate reality. What is tattva? We have seen in detail that entity which continues to be the thing all along at the time of its birth, during its continuance, and even after destruction. That is the tattva of that entity. Examples like earthenware, mud, golden ornaments, gold, tattva. Like that. In you and me and all living beings, not only living beings, but also all inanimate things, inert things. What is that principle which always is, never gets lost, never changes? It is ascertained as Chit Tattva, Chaitanya Tattva, which is ever existent principle, anything that you say is, including what you say is not, which is not, the absence of an entity is. That is the fundamental existence. That is the one facet of the true nature of us all. That itself is independent of everything. It is self-evident. It is not an inert entity requiring something else to know it. To know an inert entity, jada, you need a knowledge principle distinct from that. No, it is not here. That itself is Saprakasha, Swayam Jyoti, self-evident knowledge principle. And further, it alone happens to be Paramananda Swarupa, limitless happiness, wherein no trace of sorrow is ever possible. Is it not? This is what we seek in life. Our pursuit of to live forever, all the time happy, never even the least sorrow, is centered on this Swarupa of ours, unfortunately, which we have, what that? Forgotten because of self-ignorance. We have to inquire and discover our Swarupa. That alone can be the sure and the final remedy to the problem of our universal samsara. Universal because it is a problem of each and every living being. Need not be humans only, but human can be aware of it. It is so in the case of all other living beings also. So, beginning point is satsanga. Now he says, in this pursuit, we have seen the powerful obstruction. What is that? Fascination towards the other gender. So, between the attraction, fascination between man and woman. He says, listen, how long will you have it? The rule is cause is there, effect is there. Karana, cause is there, effect, karya is there. If no cause, effect, karya can never exist. So this kama, your kama is not just desire in general, specifically the lust, fascination between man and woman. How long can it exist? So long as you are youthful. Once the youthfulness goes, lust is gone. So that is here now being highlighted by giving different examples. Read 10.
वयसि गते कः कामविकारः शुष्के नीरे कः कासारः क्षीणे वित्ते कः परिवारः ज्ञाते तत्त्वे कः संसारः वयसि गते कः कः कामविकारः शुष्के नीरे कः कासारः क्षीणे वित्ते कः परिवारः ज्ञाते तत्त्वे कः संसारः भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सम्प्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि रक्षति डुक्रन्करणे
Say this kama vikara, this lust, this what is that? Infatuation for man towards woman, for woman towards man. Common for both. Maybe a little more and less. This lust, vayase gate kaha. Once your youthfulness has crossed by, you enter the middle age, old age, golden jubilee, diamond jubilee, platinum jubilee. Slowly, this lust what? Wanes away. And during youthfulness, that alone was the parama goal, highest goal of life. It's gone. You see, the beautiful wife. Once age advances, you see. Somebody said, what is that? Today's missed word, you miss to recognize tomorrow. You know, missed word. Ideal, beautiful. Tomorrow you miss to recognize. Change it. So that be the case. Once that youthfulness goes, there is no more lust, because the cause of lust was your youthfulness. Your body at a prime age of youthfulness. For which the example is given, Shushke Niri Kakkasara. Kasara means lake. A lake is lake so long as it has got sufficient water. Once the water gets dried up, the huge pond is not no more lake. It is that consistent water makes it a lake. Or you see, if you have to go to villages, in Bombay it will not work. In metropolis it will not work. In villages there are ponds. And during monsoon, no water gets accumulated. And frogs are there. They are hibernating, but they come up after. And they were croaking. The big noise. Okay. Monsoon is over. Slowly, water gets dried up. No frog anywhere. They just appear somewhere, either hibernate or go somewhere where water is there. Likewise, so long as you have paisa, you have money, you have richness, you have power, you can command, all retinue will gather towards you. Oh, you are great, and they will be subservient to you. Once the money goes, power goes, position goes, no one will even look at you. Even not a goodbye. They will desert you like the frogs deserting the pond when the water is dried up. Otherwise, hello, 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 everything will center on you only. So, two examples here. When the water dries up, there is no lake. Similarly, kshine vitte, with money, kshina, has dwindled over. Ka parivara. Where is the retinue? Where are the family members? They mind their own business. So long as you have money, etc., they will be around you. So ka parivara means no more cause. Its effect can never continue. So therefore, the solution to any problem in life, which of course is bound to be problematic, sorrowful, is remove its cause. For example, there's a tiger. You remove its teeth. What can, and also nails, nails are there. It's a doll. It can't do anything at all. So like this. So here, it is the ignorance of tattva, the true nature of ourselves, is the cause for this samsara. Beginning from, that is, kama vikara and parivara, etc. Get rid of that ignorance. That is what I say, jnate tattve. When you directly know your swarupa, atma swarupa, chaitanya swarupa, and you are aware of its nature as Paramananda, free from sorrow, free from embodiment, free from Janmara transmigration. So then what? Kas samsara? Where is this samsara? It's not there. Just lock, stock, barrel disappears. So therefore, as humans, our first and foremost concern must be to gain the jnana of tattva of ours. Tattva, the everlasting true nature of ours. Not those things, facets, which come and go. That is not our true nature. Come on, in the life, find out. What all come and go, and what is the entity which always is? All your experiences, good, bad, indifferent, from birth to death, presented to us through only three channels: waking, dream, and deep sleep. They come and go, they come and go, they come and go, which include body also. This body of yours, either at physical level, gross body, or subtle level, mental level, subtle body, or causal body at ignorance, they come and go, not true. not true I, but the entity which is aware of all these, which always is the same, never changes, that Chaitanya, that animating entity, pure consciousness, pure awareness is our true nature. If you know that directly, aparoksha, not information gathering. Aparoksha anubhava must be there. Atma sakshatkara, wherein you are aware of what you are in reality, not picking up information shastra. Kas samsara, be samsara. That samsara, the sorrowful existence of yours which you are suffering now, has no place, no locus standi in Chaitanya Rupa Atma, which you really are. So, our first and foremost concern, having born as human, must be to know this tattva. Get it up? It's ignorance. Otherwise, don't get carried away by the world, no? So long as you got money, etc., they will there. All will follow you. Otherwise, will say no. सुख में तेरे साथ रहेंगे, दुख में सब मुंह मोड़ेंगे. सुख में तेरे साथ रहेंगे. All relatives and retinues, friends, etc. will be with you, around you, praising you, lifting you the sky. How? You are happy, they also get something. दुख में सब मुंह मोड़ेंगे. If you are in sorrow, they will not even look at you. दुनिया वाले तेरे बनकर, these people of the world having become your most intimate बनकर, तेरा ही दिल तोड़ेंगे. One day, by their utter neglect of yours, they will hurt you. They will not care for you. Whom they were keeping their head and dancing so that you have money, etc., power, position. These are the ways of the world. There is nothing strange in that. Better know it for our own good and don't run after the false evaluation of the world. So that means it, Tattvajnana is indispensable, which destroys the cause Ajnana, the cause of samsara. So the humans, our goal must be to gain the Tattva Jnana. Now someone may say, sir, why are you playing this note on the pessimistic view? Is the world so bad? Good people are there. I've got so many people. My friend, relatives, retinue, etc. They are ready to do anything for me. Why are you so pessimistic? I may argue. Because he has got. He'll give. Yes. Remember, in life, at what time, from which quarters, what blows come and knock you down. No one has got guarantee. The thrice, the one who was at the top of the world may go to the depth of the world just with a movement. Anyone can give you guarantee? If this is the truth, why don't you be on alert? Why don't you try to know what is this all about and discover what is the everlasting having gained which you don't need anything, you don't depend on anything. That is your freedom, that is your nature, that is what is called a liberation, moksha. So therefore, don't have this excessive pride of what you have got in abundance. It may disappear at any moment like that. Read 11.
मा कुरु धन जन यौवन गर्वं हरति निमेषात् कालः सर्वं मायामयमिदमखिलं बुद्ध्वा ब्रह्मपदं त्वं प्रविश विदित्वा मा कुरु धन जन यौवन गर्वं हरति निमेषात् कालः सर्वं मायामयमिदमखिलं बुद्ध्वा ब्रह्मपदं त्वं प्रविश विदित्वा भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सम्प्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि रक्षति डुक्रुन्करणे
This Bhaja Govindam, according to the first verse, is generally taken as a chorus. Some people do not count it as a verse. They count the verses from second onwards. This chorus, like now, a big group of people. A person chants one, the rest they repeat the chorus to highlight, to emphasize of seeking Govinda. Why? Reason is given in the verse. So that way. Dhana jana yauvana garvam ma kuru. Don't be too pride on account of dhana. You have got huge bank balance in terms of crores. Maybe. Jana, followers, retinue, relatives, friends, servants, admirers, all jana. May have famous person. Yauvana is the prime youth, no disease, perfect health, perfect health. So on account of this, generally, these are the causes of one's pride. I am so rich. I have got so much followers. I am very young. Don't be too much. Of course, you may have pride, but not too much. Don't totally rely on that. Why? Kalaha nimesha sarvam harati. This time, the principle of change, nimesha, just in a moment, it can destroy everything. Just now you're the emperor, next moment you become a captive. or somewhere in forest running for life. Emperor. In many walks of life, it happens. You may be holding a big position or respecting you. The moment you are out of the chair, even the hitherto peon will not care for you. Care for you. You know, with one instance, one of the Prime Minister of India, I will say name Morarji Desai, was a simple person. Happened to come by train, huh? Not flight, etc. Bombay. Someone was to come and receive. Something happened or something there. Either the person became late or could not come or something. And he's left like that. Think of it, his simplicity. He had no money in his back pocket. One police sub-inspector saw it and he recognized who he is and he knew the norm. He went with salute, took the bag in his hand. Because that's a protocol. The protocol. That sense of duty that sub-inspector had. And said, sir, what can I do for you? Till then, nobody bothered. You know what? Please do one thing. Please give me this much of money. I'll return you. I'll take a taxi and go. Prime Minister of India. Of course, he was honest. Did emas like this, no? There are many, no? Loot, ministers, chief ministers, and all that. All property in foreign countries. He was not an honest one. Like our who? Lal Bahadur Shastri. The secretary told him, he had no car. Sir, you can purchase a car and the government can help you to some extent. So think how simple they are. Dedicated for their country, yes, sir. So anyway, once the chair is gone, no care for you. Nobody will bother about you. So don't be over proud about all these accomplishments. That is why that's natural. Otherwise, no, by calamities, patak, everything goes. Like market crash and this, that, etc. Know for certain the nature of the world. Idam akhilam maya mayam. The entire jagat is maya maya. Here the maya doesn't go to not that trigunatmika maya, etc. Maya can mean magic and illusion. Truly not there, but appears to be there. Impinging on you by experience, like your dreams. Dreams truly are not there. But can you be free from, suppose, the torture that you undergo in the dream? Of course, joy also. Truly not there at all. Maya, like a magic. Magic is seen very vividly, and you know that truly it is not there. There you know. Here we what? Don't inquire into to find out truly it is not so, because our preoccupation in the world of objects, etc., sense objects, sense pleasure is so deep, it doesn't allow us to inquire into such truth. So, but know for certain, idam akhilam, the jagat entire what? Big magic. And it is not fool's bluff, it is clever man's bluff. Fool's bluff lasts for a while, but clever man's bluff lasts for a longer period. ये bluff किसका है? ये भगवान का ही है, परमेश्वर का ही bluff है. Why you should do that? Why should you suffer like that? Bhagwan will laugh. Who are you complaining? You are me only. See how great drama is. I only attack both Ishvara and the suffering Jiva. So what is required is inquiry. Samsara is avicharita siddha. It will continue to be there so long as you don't care to inquire into it. It is no better than magic. It is no better than illusion. So therefore, inquire that, and what you do, Tvam Brahma Padam Viditva Pravisha. Viditva, having known directly, aparokshataya, this is me, Chaitanya Sarvyapi, Chaitanya Ananda Swarupa, free from sorrowful samsara. Pravisha, enter means be one with that, get dissolved in that, remain as one, losing your hitherto identity as an individual samsari jiva. You are in reality the one all-pervasive Chaitanya, Atma or Brahma, Paramananda Swarupa, Prapancha Atita, free from Prapancha, free from Samsara, and Nitya, ever existent in nature. You are not accomplishing something new. You are discovering and claiming what you are in reality, which appear to get lost on account of your ignorance and consequent lack of inquiry. So therefore, first cut the world to its size. It is not as it appears. I think Swami Tapovan Maharaj had said, don't believe what meets your eyes. Means, don't believe what you see in the world, what you experience in the world. It is far, far from the truth. It is a seeming deceitful appearance. It needs to be inquired into and scrutinized based on Shastra, for which you have to turn to the teaching of a competent guru who, based on Shastra, will make you inquire and discover what the truth is. You have no other goal if you care for your final good. Otherwise, continue. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jayare, shayane, punarapi janani, jatare shayanam, punarapi janani, jatare shayanam. Continue. Don't think it's so cozy. Most torturous to be in the womb. You choose. But we are complacent because we don't know all this, nor we care to know it. That's a more problem, big problem. We never care for it. These things will not work. So that is how. So know for certain what meets us, what we are after is just a magic, like a dream. It will not lead us anywhere. Better know it and get rid of the signals of your Swarupa and Brahma Padam Pravisha. So be absorbed in your Swarupa. Now you are absorbed. Where? In Vishayas. In Jagat. You are totally preoccupied in the perceptible world. Shastra says this is fleeting, transitory, sorrowful. It will not lead you anything worthwhile. Inquire and discover a Swarupa. That is Brahma Pada. Otherwise, this samsara will continue perennially, non-stop, with one what? With one cause, samsara. What is it? It is that asha, wishful thinking. What do you call as hope. I hope I'll be happy tomorrow. As happy. Okay, now sorrow is fine, but I'll be. That hope, asha, keeps you continued in this samsara. And that asha, hope, will never go away like this. And you are caught up in this whirlpool of samsara with the time ever changing, and you are a helpless victim crushed under the wheel of Kala time. You don't know You have no control over it. You are totally under its tyranny. So that is not told. Read 12.
गिनयामिन्यौ सायं प्रातः शिशिरवसन्तौ पुनरायातः कालः क्रीडति गच्छत्यायुक्तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशावायुः दिनयामिन्यौ सायं प्रातः शिशिरवसन्तौ पुनरायातः कालः क्रीडति गच्छत्यायुः तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशावायुः भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सम्प्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि रक्षति डुक्रुन्करणे
See how the time marches, waits for none. They say, no? Time and tide wait for none. You always move. You have no control. Time is precious. If you waste it, the great loss to you. You have to make best use of it before this body ends. You cannot afford to waste even a single moment. It should be redirected to gain the highest goal of life, not frittering away in these paltry gains of sense pleasures here and there, inviting more sorrow than the pleasure. For which he says, very beautiful definition, this description of how time factor goes on changing. We'll see it next time. Next Sunday, that is 15th February, being Mahashivratri, that Sunday class, next Sunday class is not there. On 14th February, Saturday, Vishnu Sahasranama, we are meeting, but Sunday 15th, we will not have the class, and as regular, we will continue afterwards.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ